Hello. Now, yesterday, somebody very sweetly suggested I was having an Arthur Balfour moment, and I thought, what on earth does that mean? Arthur Balfour was a very interesting man who's probably defined by a letter that he wrote to Baron Rothschild in about, I think, 1917, in which he recognized the Zionist movement and gave Britain's approval of that. However, Balfour is something quite extraordinary because he was actually Prime Minister before he was Foreign Secretary. So he became Prime Minister in 1902, in I think January or July. There's quite a difference between the two, isn't there? July, I think. And he was Prime Minister until 1905, December 1905. And then he remained leader of the Conservatives until 1911 and was brought back into government as Foreign Secretary in 1916, when he remained Foreign Secretary until 1919. So, what do we draw from that? I mean, as Prime Minister, he wasn't really that significant. He was responsible for a Basic Education Act, but otherwise, he is most known for what he did as Foreign Secretary much later. And that set me thinking. We've got 6 Prime Ministers. Once Boris fully resigns, we will have 6 ex-Prime Ministers in this country. I think that's probably something of an achievement and a record. 5 of them certainly have left politics, but one of them is still in the House of Commons, Theresa May. And I think maybe, although I'm not a great fan of Theresa May, she has a role to play. I think it's probably time she threw her hat into the ring and went back into cabinet, maybe as Foreign Secretary. For goodness sake, she can't do any worse a job than Liz Truss. And in fact, she might do a better job than Liz Truss. There is life after resigning as Prime Minister. Is there likely to be life after Boris resigns as Prime Minister? I think probably not. But Theresa May, who I think is probably smeared with the same brush, is tarred with the same brush as Boris. I think, in fact, she probably has more to feel guilty about than Boris or Cameron, but they are part of the same group, a trinity of dire prime ministers. But Theresa May could rescue herself by being a really notable Foreign Secretary in the next few years. And if I were Prime Minister, I would certainly ask her to come up and do her duty.